latest edition of Let's Talk About It. Our show today is so enticing, so alluring, and so filled with pioneer activity that it needs no introduction. I'm Rebecca Bartlome.
And I'm Stephen Washington, and I'm back. And this what's been happening around Platteville. Following the wrestling meet this weekend, the Platteville Pioneer dominated 33-9 over Lakeland College head coach Mike Durone, and 285-pound DeAndre Johnson had some words for us after the game.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Bartlome, and I'm here at Bo Ryan Court with head wrestling coach Mike Durone. Great meet today.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the meet?
I thought it was solid. Lots of positives. A couple matches early on, we didn't quite finish techniques with authority. And I mean, it's an early season dual meet, so that's kind of what you want to see is, hey, what do we need to work on here? And we saw some of that tonight. And we still had plenty of matches where guys were just dominant at the same time, so that's always a good thing.
All right, and what are the keys to the rest of the season?
Oh man, it's a long season, so the keys are staying healthy, staying motivated. My job is to try to keep these guys healthy and really encourage them, trying to help them be the best wrestlers that they can be. But right now we're just focusing on our next event, which is University of Dubuque next week, and we'll just kind of take it at one day at a time.
I'm here with DeAndre Johnson. Now, DeAndre, great meet tonight. What are the keys to the rest of the season?
The keys to the rest of the season are building ourselves as a team and working hard every day in practice, having coach put us through tough workouts and actually executing everything we do. Even when we mess up, we work harder to get better at what we do.
And what have you been doing in training for this meet?
We have morning lifts that everybody has to attend. We have practice every day from 4 to 6, and every day from 4 to 6 we're in there pushing each other and just going hard and all out.
All right, and personally for you, how do you think your season's going this far?
So far it's going well. I hope to improve. I know I still have a lot of stuff to work on, so hopefully in the future I'll be a lot better and ready to take the NCAA title.
All right, well thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
The men's basketball team began their season this past Saturday, and they're currently 1-1. Head coach Jeff Gard and a few players sat down with us on what they expect from their 2015-2016 season.
Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am Marquise Evans here at Bo Ryan Court. I'm here with head basketball coach Jeff Gard, senior guard Boston Johnson, and also forward Corey Vossen. Start off with you, Coach. Early in the season, you're 2 games in, both of them very close. What are your thoughts on the 2 games?
Well, I thought the biggest thing is we had some learning experiences for us. We've got a lot of guys that are playing new roles, even though they played. Both these guys being starters last year for us. Matt being a starter as well for us, but going into a different role. I mean, both of these guys being a little bit more of a leader on the floor and expected to be carrying a load on the shoulders a little bit more offensively as well as defensively. Matt even stepping up into more of a leadership role, especially when you lose 2 seniors like we did last year, 2,000-point scorers as well. Guys got to step up into different capacities. Last year, Boston was a little bit more of a defensive player as well as Corey. This year they're having to do kind of a dual role as well, offensively and defensively.
When you were hired, I'm assuming you knew of or not knew Bo Ryan of his legacy and reputation. Is that always in the back of your mind when you're thinking about the Pioneer program?
Well, I'm very close with Coach Ryan. Obviously, my oldest brother is his associate head coach up there as well, and know Coach very well, and obviously can talk with him frequently about what's going on. And a lot of the things is, you look at the way he teaches the game and the success that he had not only here but at Milwaukee and now obviously at UW. It's a lot about the fundamentals, and that's what we're trying to teach these guys and bringing in. The best advice that I was given when I got this job actually came from Coach Ryan. It was, don't worry about the banners, don't worry about the pictures on the wall, the national championships. Just continue to coach your team, and things will take care of themselves. When you get the guys buying in and believing in what's going on, success will follow. And that's what we're trying to do. Teach them skills that are going to help them off the court as well as on the court too.
How well do you see the team chemistry coming together through preseason and now into the first couple of weeks of the regular season?
The team chemistry this year is ridiculously good. Throughout the preseason, from workouts to open gyms to even eating breakfast in the morning, we're always together no matter what. Normally in past times we'd have planned times where we'd all meet, and now it's just instinctively like we just truly want to be together, be on the same page, both on and off the court.
Being one of the two seniors on the team, going back to what Coach said, you're one of the leaders. How does that change the way you approach it every game?
I mean, not so much differently. I've always been the kind of guy who's always talking, whether it's nonsense or it's just kind of the energy guy to keep everyone going. And last year, that's what I was. I was the energy guy. I kind of let Jim and Jake just take over and like teaching wise. And now I just kind of like followed their role, just I guess in a louder position. I'm always talking to Corey, to our freshmen, to everybody, just making sure that we're all on the same page, staying together.
And then also going back to what Coach said, how do you feel about being one of the more scoring roles on the team?
It's hard. I mean, it's not hard. It's just like it's whatever the team needs. And right now, the team needs me and Corey to not just play defense. They need us to score on the offensive end. And I don't see it any differently. It's just basketball. So that's just what we do. And scoring is fun. So
Yeah.
I don't mind the ball in my hands at all.
How do you feel about stepping into that scoring role?
Yeah, you know, like Coach said, losing 2 all-conference and 2 1,000-point scorers to Jake and Stocky. I don't know. It's a little bit different, but you just got to come out with that mentality where you just got to take over. And it's going to be two new guys next year too. You know, like got to have different people step up each year, and I think me and Boston will fit good in that role this year.
Seeing as you had most of the minutes last year, how big of a role is conditioning coming into this season?
In the summer, I take that personally. Every day, working out, running sprints, running the hill. So I think that's just part of who I am. I love to get in great shape and work out and stuff. So I think I've always took that personally of getting in shape. So I'm prepared for the season. So I feel like that's benefited me throughout my college days.
You're considered as one of the big men on the team. How does Blake Derrickson coming in and stepping into a starting role at center, and how's your chemistry with him?
Yeah, it's different because last year playing with Jake, it was somewhat easy because he's always telling me what to do, and he's kind of been my mentor growing up in this university, and now Blake's stepping up in Jake's spot, and it's good. Blake's a huge body, and as soon as we get him on the same page as everything going on, I think Blake's going to be a huge aspect for us.
What do you think of the program being established as one of the top-tier teams in the WIAC, and how big of a battle is that this year?
The best thing for us right now is that we're getting some early challenges non-conference wise, and the slate's going to get even harder as we get going here in non-conference, and even the last 3 games before we hit conference play. Heading out to Hope and Holland, Michigan, playing a team that we've battled in the NCAA tournament. The last 2 times we've been there. Obviously two great teams down in Texas, teams that have both been in the NCAA tournament. It preps you for, as you said, the top team or the top conference in the country in the WIAC. So, it's a challenge. You got to really look at it day by day, game by game in that approach, because as good as our conference is, if you take a day off in practice, it's going to affect you in the game. And you're going to find out that 8th place team in the league can knock you off if you're not prepped and ready to go. So that's why it's easy for us from a coach's standpoint to talk to these guys about preparation and executing and being accountable day in and day out, because you got to have the same thing when it comes to game days.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I'm Marquise Edmonds, and this is Let's Talk About It. See you next time.
The men continue their season this Friday and Saturday as they host teams in the annual Gabe Miller Tip-Off Classic.
The women's team began their season Tuesday evening with a 52-51 nail-biting loss to Ripon College. This weekend, they get a shot at redemption at the St. Norbert tournament.
Well, that's all we have for you today, folks. If you want to watch previous episodes of our show, as well as exclusive outtakes with many of the Pioneer athletes, check out our YouTube channel at Let's Talk About It UW-Platteville. I'm Rebecca Bartlemy.
And I'm Stephen Washington. We'll see you next time on Let's Talk About It.